Hello everyone, welcome to Purgatory. As some of you may know, I used to be a mainly Call of Duty player. I would dabble in Splatoon 1 and 2, but I would never really play them as much as I did Call of Duty. Now that I quit Call of Duty and came over to Splatoon, I never felt happier with my decision, leading me to wanting to make a video for people who are also in my shoes and want to make their way to this game. I have an in-depth video coming out soon, but I wanted to give 5 things that I learned ever since I started playing more Splatoon. Before that, all I can ask is that you subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you in advance. I love you all so much. Right off the bat is tip number 1. The map is your best friend. By pressing X during a game, a map pops up on your screen. Not only does it allow you to super jump to teammates, but it also gives you very important information that you need to know about the match at hand. On the top right, you will see the part you don't see on the main screen, and that is the enemy main abilities, along with their weapons. If you know the icons, you know what abilities they will be using, further giving you information on how you need to play the match. The 4 name badges on each side of the screen is your team and also the UI to let you select where you want to super jump to. On this menu, as well as a map. There are things that can benefit this map. For an example, if you place a squid beacon and enemies get in its radius, they will be revealed on the map. Same goes with engaging with enemies. Same goes for easy reads on where enemies could be by seeing live feedback from ink being spread on the map. This map will be your best friend through the entire match, really. Tip number 2. Most walls can be flanks. With the arguable lack of ground flanks on the maps in Splatoon 3, Nintendo has actually placed some pretty clever inkable walls. In case you didn't know, not only can you swim on the ground, but you can also swim up walls. Nintendo also added a function to scale a wall faster by holding a button, but they also have an ability that can make you do it faster. Next time you recon a map, I want you to go ahead and ink all the walls and try to figure out routes that you probably didn't see the first time. On most maps, you will come to realize that there are actually a lot of opportunities to catch enemies by surprise. Tip number 3. Lead every shot. And I mean every shot. Even your chargers need a little shot lead. One unique thing about Splatoon is the fact that the large majority of the weapons are projectiles with certain ranges. They'll even vary in how long their shots take to hit the enemy. On top of that is accuracy. Some weapons have less accuracy but ink more turf, and some others will be great for splatting but not able to cover much ground. That is the in general scope of how the weapons function, so leading your shot is very important to more consistently pick off enemies. I have a more in-depth video on this that I will link in the top right hand corner of the screen and in the description below. Tip number 4. Weapons actually have damage drop-off. Something that took me a while to figure out is the fact that weapons will decrease in damage if they are at the max range they can go. Essentially, it's a drop-off for the ink to hit the ground, but that doesn't make it any less of an interesting feature. This is something you can completely take advantage of. While it will at times take longer to spot your target, it's better than trying to hit them at an awkward angle. At the same time, if your target is behind a wall and you are positioned correctly, you can splat that target without exposing yourself to them and getting yourself splatted. And for the last tip of today's video is tip number 5, substrafing. This last one is pretty simple. While you have your option to use the squid roll, sometimes it can be an inconvenience by giving away your whole location. That is where substrafing comes in. It has been a thing since Splatoon 1, although it was never officially announced as a feature. I'd imagine that Nintendo might look at this feature in the future if it is used too much, but for now, I think it's just fine. It's a completely harmless thing, and you don't really need to know this to win games. But pretty much all you are going to want to do is start swimming left to right. Once you swim to one side, you are going to want to quickly hold the R button, release the ZL button, go in the opposite direction, hold the ZL button, and release the R button. That is all there is to it, but you need to make sure to do it in that order, or sometimes you'll throw a bomb or just be awkwardly turning around and just completely mess up the movement. Doing this will make you slightly harder to predict and a slightly harder target to hit. Since you made it this far in the video, I'm going to go ahead and give you one more tip. You can also squid surge off of walls at any time. Simply just quickly flick the stick in the opposite direction and jump. Super easy, and I don't see many people using it. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy. Make sure to leave a like if you did and subscribe if you were brand new to the channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I would love to have you along for the ride. Let me know down in the comment section below if these tips helped. And I want to start a podcast based on Splatoon, all that it has to offer. Would you like to see that? Let me know. I love y'all. Have an absolutely fantastic day.